Hello, in this mini video, I'm going to talk about a Chen-style Taiji Chuan practical method concept called Xia Ta Wai Nian. It means to sink down, to grind out. So this is the 6 sealing 4 closing basic structure. So in this move here, the rough overall move is like this. This concept, and translated into an action, complies with or is the first-class lever. I'll demonstrate. When you have a stick here, first of all, you divide or you distinguish the two ends. This is one end, another end. In between the two ends is what we call the middle or the inside. Outside one, outside two, and everything else is inside. So you have the pivot inside. It can be here, 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 or anywhere here, but not on the end. So when the pivot is here, and one end goes down, the other end goes up. And one end goes forward, the other end goes backward. So they always move in opposite. And this is the first-class lever that we're going to use, or that applies to Xia Ta Wai Nian, sink down to grind out. So in the form here, you understand here, now I'll change it to this posture here. And the arm is strong, first of all, it's like this. And this is the rear side, end of it. This is the front, is your hand. And now in between here is a pivot. So once you understand this, that's the basic structure, there is a stick. So we pretend we are holding a stick with the two hands. So in doing so, the more your body conforms or become part of the stick, the better. So if you just grab like this, can you see the stick is here? Most of your body parts are outside. So you want to come close and touch the stick here. So overall, when we stand like this here, the vertical axis is in the middle here. So in Chen-style Taiji Chuan practical method, we assume, or we have 3 vertical axes. One is right in the middle, the Bai Hui and Hui Yin vertical line. One is the front shoulder and the front qua vertical line. And one is the rear shoulder, rear qua line. So they are fairly close to each other. So when you assume this position here, the center is the vertical middle line. Then as soon as we start to get into this action of 6 sealing 4 closing, we shift the center vertical line to the front shoulder and the qua. So this is the pivot. And then there is a stick here. Our arms conform to or become part of that stick here. So once this is set up, I'll go a little bit lower here for demonstration purpose. Now when you sink down, refers to the rear qua rotating downwards. So I isolated this move for you to see more easily, but in reality the whole body is one piece with no isolation, only with, we say, point of focus. So when this is one piece, you have a pivot, and when the rear end goes down, the stick does not bend. No part of this structure, or if I have a pivot that's hard like this here, no part moves. Only this happens. But in demonstration on the body, it's very difficult to see that you are actually moving your rear qua. So I do an isolated move. So do not make the mistake of believing it should be moving like in isolation. No, it's not. So when this is fixed, the pivot is here, and when you lower your qua here, your front will grind out, just like that stick. As you do this here, you rotate the stick and you swing the back. It creates like a figure 8 type of move here. This action here is the equivalent of this here. And while doing this here, you can also do it this way, and add a rotation of the rod by itself. So the move itself is like a drill, like this here, and then you put a lever with a pivot and then push the rear part down. Like this. I'll demonstrate again. This is the mechanical aspect of 6 ceiling floor closing. If this one moves, it's no good. If it moves forward, it's no good. If the stick moves like this, it's no good. Everything is locked. Drop here.